time for the Gettin Outdoors podcast, Town Country United Bank Lake Millers Ferry Weekend Hunting and Fishing Report. A weekly update on water conditions, ramp events, generating schedule, what's biting, and seasonal hunting information with outdoor reporters Joe Allen Dunn, Kevin Sims, and Shane Jones. This weekly hunting and fishing report is brought to you by the good folks at Town Country United Bank in Camden, Alabama, serving their customers for over 40 years. Town Country United Bank's highest priority is satisfied customers. Now, here's your weekend Lake Millers Ferry hunting and fishing report.
All right, Big Daddy, here we go.
There he is. Team Bigfoot, baby. Another one on the B&B Silver Shade. Team Bigfoot in the house.
Shane Jones crappie fishing. Got it.
First one, 2023, smackdown.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Gettin Outdoors podcast, episode 216, Town Country United Bank Hunting and Fishing Report for the weekend of May the 5th through May the 7th, 2023. And I just got through sitting down and birding with Johnny Autry. That was a great show, man. And I enjoyed talking about birding, and I think y'all enjoy it too. Joe Allen and I are back to the basics. Just me and you today, Joe Allen. How you doing, my friend?
Doing good. Well, that's the way it ought to be. Me and you, the two purtiest one anyway.
I don't know about that, but I think we can handle what we need to do. JC People, how you doing, man? I ain't heard from you in a while. Doug Pugh, Doonan Hall in Natchez, Mississippi. Jared Hudson, old big. Well, we can't call him Big Bama Bryant no more. He done about dried up. Bud, your number one fan, Bud Williamson's on him. Miss Kayla McGillberry, appreciate all of y'all tuning in. Freddie is over there in Meridian, Mississippi, tuned in. We got a lot to go over today, Joe Allen. There's some things coming up this weekend I want to go over right quick. They will be having the Alabama Blood Trailing Seminar at the Old Cattle Ranch this Saturday. If you enter that blood trailing or wounded game recovery, you really do want to go and attend that seminar this Saturday at Greensboro at the Cattle Ranch. Kids Outdoors Fun Day will be at Soggy Bottom Lodge from 10 to 4. That is an event that will warm your heart where all those special needs children, they take just excellent care. Bouncy houses, fishing, shooting, whatever they want to do, they make it happen for them over at Soggy Bottom Lodge. That's this Saturday from 10 to 4. And also Extreme Bass Challenge will be blasting off from Demopolis City Landing at Safe Daylight Saturday morning if you want to fish in a great tournament. Let's start off this show, Joe Allen. Let's go ahead and let everybody know. And I'm telling you, it has been a mess, and it looks like it's going to be a mess until they get through with it, and that is the dead gum detour around Camden. If you're coming from Thomaston, Linden, Demopolis, Marion, that way, when you get to Camden and you see those road closed signs at the intersection of 28 and 221, you got to turn down 221 because you can't get through there any other way. And you go all the way to McDonald's, and if you're in a boat, you can just turn left on McDonald's on 164 and come up through Camden at the Methodist Church. If you're in a big truck, you're going to have to go all the way down to 41 and come right through downtown Camden. And it is a headache. It is working our police officers to death. Oh, so many people are just not paying any attention to those signs. Those big trucks get down there and then they can't turn around. It is a mess. So heads up, everybody. And Shane last week said that when he put it in his GPS, that it showed the road construction. So look at your GPS if you coming this way, because it is terrible. All right, let's see what else, Joe Allen. We had a great time at CT Ward Power Sports and down and Camden last Saturday. Had a good turnout, had some good food, and let's see. Let me find this. I thought I had the well. There it is. There's the pictures that you was autographing on the left right there. That's my autograph picture from Joe Allen. Now I got to pull him in Powell. I got to get him to autograph me one too, because he had a pretty good weekend. We'll talk about that when we get to the crappie fishing report. I talked to Bob Coker this weekend with the World Deer Expo, and we're trying to work out something where we'll be talking a whole lot about the World Deer Expo in July. It's one of the biggest. It is the biggest outdoor expo in the world, and Eddie Salter's going to be there. Hannah and Jeff Barron, Turtle Man's going to be there, and we're going to hook up with all of them and do interviews with them, Joe Allen. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah.
Are they now? That's in Montgomery, right?
No, that's in Birmingham at the Civic Center.
Yeah, Birmingham. Okay.
And
They need to come by and let us have fish fry at the house then.
Yeah, they sure do. All right, let's see. I wanted to show y'all this down in Baldwin County at the Splinter Hill Bog Preserve. The white top pitcher plants are in full bloom, and they have acres of them down there. It is unbelievable. My brother Tommy went down there and he took these pictures. He got some great drone shots, but they are something to see. It's worth your trip down there if you're into wildflowers. Those things just, I don't know how long they bloom, but they are a beautiful, beautiful flower, native wildflower at the Splinter Hill Bog Preserve in Baldwin County, Alabama. Also, if y'all keep up with my Facebook page, and I didn't know who this was. She said Meg Furr sent me these pictures. That's Meg Sheffield, and
Yeah.
you know her, don't you, Joanne?
Oh yeah.
That is a hummingbird.
No way.
Now look on top of that light bulb right there. That light bulb is a little bit bigger than one of them Christmas screw-in light bulbs. You can see how little that nest is. And the eggs ain't much bigger than a Tic Tac. And she took those awesome pictures on her porch, and I really do appreciate her sharing it with us. So that is a ruby-throated hummingbird.
Joe Allen, get us a video camera on that.
Well, that's what I told her. We're going to talk about the crappie in a minute, JC, and we'll tell you right where they at. Hey, Travis Lee, good morning. Good afternoon. Hey, and I got a call this afternoon, Joe Allen, from somebody at the park. Said that the Corps had the airboat down there, and they are spraying in the state park slough and the beach, around the beach, and Bridgeport. So heads up, everybody. They supposed to tell us before they spray, but I guess we done lost communication with them again. But
well, as long as they spray in places like that, we have no problem. The fishermen have problem with them spraying the grass that we like to fish, and
Right.
they done killed all that too. So
Well, I
till
see
we
a
get
little
it
bit.
back,
I see a little bit growing back. I do.
yeah.
It's a good bit of it growing back. Ellis's. Hey, Don Philpott, I appreciate you tuning in. All right, Joe Allen, I called the Millers Ferry Powerhouse. They are running the Powerhouse 2 units from midnight to midnight at Millers Ferry, at Jones Bluff from midnight till 2 o'clock, 4 units, and from midnight to 12 o'clock, 4 units, and from 12 o'clock to midnight, 3 units. So they running round the clock at Millers Ferry and Jones Bluff. Water temperatures is you really can't get a constant reading on water temperatures with these cool nights and hot days. So I'm gonna say
Yep.
mid to late to high 60s, low 70s in the river, and low 70s to high 70s in the sloughs, depending on
Yeah.
the sunshine. So beware of that. All right,
Well, I
Joe
was
Allen.
watching the weatherman this morning, and he said we better said all this cool we having is about to be over with. So enjoy it if it get hot after this.
Yeah, it's fitting to get hot. May and June, that's when it happens. But we've had
Yep.
some cool, nice days. We sure have. All right, let's talk
Yep.
about the catfish. Pull him in, Powell. He put some jugs out the other afternoon after work. He had a good mess of catfish. He told me it was a different kind of shad, hickory shad. What is the difference in a hickory shad and any other shad?
Well, you got a thread fin shad we have, and it's
Yeah.
smaller. It's small, but a hickory shad, he's a great big one. He's that big, and sometimes, to be honest, I like the hickory shad for bait my jug instead of the thread fin, because the other ones are small and get mushy and fall off the hook easy. Those other are bigger, more meatier, and a little bit tougher, and they hold stay on the hook a lot longer.
Now he was down below the dam, so he was fighting that current and fighting all that. And the wind, golly, the wind was awful last week. But Big Bama Bryant was above the dam, and he sent me a picture of a big old yellow cat in the live well. But that's all I saw. He didn't say how he caught it or anything. I know he was tight lining, and JC said hickory and gizzard shad are the same. I don't know. I sure don't know. It's a thin fin and a gizzard. I didn't know nothing about no hickory shad.
Yeah, gizzard and hickory shad are the same, but thread fin, the little one I'm talking about, it's a smaller one, and they're good for, like, if you tight lining, put them on there and take a knife and cut the gut open where that's hanging out and throw them out there whole. When I'm jugging with them, I may put 3 or 4 on a hook. But a big
God dang, we lost Joe Allen. You back? Can you hear me? I can't hear him.
All right.
All
right, Hayden called. Anyway, the big shad is the one you want most of the time for baiting big jug for big fish. But I want the small shad if I'm on tight line. I love them.
Yeah, but Jarrett says that he's ready for the jugging contest. We got the jugging contest coming up June the 17th, Joe Allen. There's a whole lot of smack talk going on, but we got a little tournament before then on May the 27th at Roland Cooper State Park. I see that Brian Taylor, look at him. He said he had 9 by the end of the day, blues and flats, and I didn't see nothing. Look at that picture, Joe Allen. Can you see that picture, how skinny he done got? You got to turn that phone off now. But anyhow, y'all, if you're coming catfishing, unmute your mic.
I'm trying.
All right, you got to turn that phone where you can't get calls. Your mic's muted. Can't hear you.
All right, now.
You muted your mic.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, Brian Taylor said he had 9 by the end of the day, blues and flats, but he didn't send me a picture but one flathead. So I don't know. I don't know how he caught him or why he caught him. I got to get on. He got to be a better correspondent for us. But if you're coming this weekend, y'all hold on. He'll be back here in a minute, but if you're coming catfishing this weekend, I think everything is in play. The water conditions are pretty good. They're running the powerhouse around the clock. Unmute your mic. You
now I'm right back in again.
Huh?
All right.
You gotta unmute your mic when it goes off like that.
I know it. I got it right.
All right, if they're coming catfishing this weekend, what we need to do, Joel?
Jugging's definitely in play. It's moving out in the river, and then tight lining in some of them cuts. And if you want to go below the dam, they catch a huge number of catfish below the dam. And at Claiborne and Millers Ferry. So it's wide open for big catfish right now. I mean, I've seen people showing all kind of stuff.
Yeah, Brian said they were tight line when
they snagging. They snagging, tight lining, everything.
Brian said they were tight lining in structure where they were. So catfishing is wide open now. The river is, I guess, it's about normal pool, looks like down there at Ellis's, but the water's moving, I guess, pretty good with all those gates open and all that generating going on.
Well, those gates open, if people need to go back and look at some of Lonnie Ray's old videos.
Yeah.
And it shows them where to go sit when them gates is open.
That's right. All right, let's talk about crappie fishing, Joe Allen. Last Friday, me and you slipped off above the dam. We caught some fish. We caught a lot of fish, but we just didn't catch no big fish. And then we went to CT Ward Saturday to 2 o'clock. And then Travis and Shane went, and let me tell you, they tore them up. And I don't know what they were doing that we wasn't doing, but they had some nice ones. And if you're coming crappie fishing above or below this weekend, what you need to do?
8 to 10 foot of water in the brush tops. That's where they're at. Or you can bottom mounts in the creek mouths at certain places. You either got to hide tops or know where your tops are if you're not live scoping. If you're not live scoping, the best thing to do, I promise you, is getting starting to get in the creek mouths or the channel mouths coming into the river right now and bottom bounce, and you'll find them. Below dam is bottom bouncing or looking in those trash piles.
And the river was in play this weekend because I talked to 2 or 3 people that did catch them on the river with minnows, bottom bouncing. They sure did.
Yep.
All right, so the crappie are in play, and this weekend, I don't know of any tournaments on the lake this weekend that I'm aware of. So it ought to be a good weekend to go crappie fishing or bass fishing or catfishing. Might not be as many folks out there. Let's talk about bass fishing. I got a video from Gage Knight where he caught 2 5-pound bass on one cast. I think he was in the river. I'm not sure. But that was a great video. Trey and Bradley was in the ABT in Eufaula Saturday. They didn't win it like they did last year, but they came in 26th place out of 225 boats. So I think that's pretty darn good. Maddie had her tournament at Bridgeport City Landing, and Donald Griffin won with 21.62 pounds, 5 fish, and he had a 5.94 big fish. She awarded the Angler of the Year to Ryan Schroeder and Ben Etheridge. They won with the Community Neighbor Bank bonus money. They won $2,700. Now, that was just the spring tournament trail. Now she's moving to the summer tournament trail. And Mason Green and his cousin Landon French sent me some pictures up there around Holy Ground. They are catching the heck out of some giant spots up there on the Alabama River. They are having a dead gum. They are having something. JC, the crappie have not, I don't think they've spawned out yet, but it's getting close. It's getting close. Hey, Captain Troy is tuned in, Joe Allen. But I think it's getting close. I think they're moving off the bank into those secondary drop-offs, all those brush piles that Joe Allen was talking about. All right, if you're coming bass fishing, what'd you say, Joe Allen?
Bass fishing. Oh, yeah, the bass fishing. It's still on, still in shallow water, and like we were talking about, the spots are out nose cuts too. We're still in that transition from spring to summer, so it's a little bit everywhere still. You got a lot of stuff, fish still with eggs that's spawning, but I say probably about half to 3/4 done spawn, and some are moving out on secondary stuff, and you still have some shallow. So it's everybody's game wherever you want to go right now.
Yeah, you just got to get out there and fish. And I'll tell you, it is it's a fisherman's time right now. It's in the fisherman's flavor, I guarantee you. Hey, I forgot to mention tomorrow, Thursday afternoon, Fruit Jar Open will be tomorrow at Bridgeport City Landing. They moved the date to May the 4th because of the weather last weekend. So 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon at Bridgeport City Landing, $15 per angler, $5 a big fish per boat. 2 anglers per boat, and Ken says, please bring just cash only tomorrow afternoon at Bridgeport City Landing. Okay, all right. I did forget that. Bradley Parnell says that Wes and Gage King finished 9th at Alabama Bass Trail in Eufaula. So congratulations to Wes and Gage King. They were in the running for Maddie's Angler of the Year also. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to leave them out. Thank you, Bradley, for reminding me about that, because I want to keep up with all our local anglers. And the Alabama 100 will be here the first weekend in June, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. Travis said that all those fish he caught, over half of the ones he cleaned, still had eggs in them. So that answers your question, JC. They are still, they still spawning. All right, Joe Allen, bass fishing is wide open. Let's go to the pond fishing. Now, you are at a place right now, and you just walked down to the pond. It is the first full moon of May, and what does that mean?
All right, the brim are wide open. I'm going to show you what they catching down here in the pond right now. If I can hold it up, we got a great big bowl slam full of brim fillets. We fix to fry right now.
Those are brim fillets. Now that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, some scrape and some fillets. So they fix the fish fry. Have a fish fried here right now.
Now, if you
Chad's got a bunch here, and Daryl Cox here, so it could be dangerous, you know. With him, it might be with Daryl. It could be a rabbits, deer, squirrel. Ain't no telling.
And I tell you what, if you have access to a pond, If you don't have access to a pond, the Alabama public fishing lakes are wide open right now. So right now is the time to get to the pond. What about crickets and worms? You got plenty of them at Dunn Sports, Joel?
Yeah, we selling about we bought 5,000, buying 5,000 more tomorrow. We'll go through 15,000 this week.
Wow, and it's that time of the year. CJ Knight, he's
Oh yeah,
fishing out 100. He just said he's coming good. I look forward to seeing you in June, CJ. Appreciate you listening tonight. All right, turkey season's winding down this weekend. Joe Allen, from all indications that I have, it seems to be a very successful season. I'm seeing a lot of turkey nests. They sending me a lot of pictures of nests and eggs, and I saw one video of some poults in Tallapoosa County, and I got another report of some poults in South Clark County. What are you hearing about the turkeys?
oh, it's wide open. They still here in turkey gobble right now. So I had Aaron the other day. He had 3 out in the clear cut still gobbling. Couldn't get them to come in. They down here at Horse Creek, Chad's got a bunch in there. He's been he's trying to give me notes out here. He said Chad and Daryl are killing. What?
At Horse Creek.
Oh, they killing turkeys here at Horse Creek. They give me show notes back here behind me.
Yeah, I see that.
But it's been a good year. I mean, it started off crazy with that warm weather in February, but I think the state did a real good job. They spot on with the way they controlling the season, and the season is perfect. They don't need to change it now. I think they got it spot on.
Brett Lofton said he saw 8 poults today. I guess that was in Monroe County, Brett. That's good to see. When you see 8 like that, I'm glad to get those reports. All right, Joe Allen, Dunn Sports. Are you working out there? You know anything about what's going on at Dunn Sports? You need anything to get rid of? That was Connecticut County, not Connecticut County.
No, well, everything's going good. We got plenty of live bait. That's a big thing right now. We got coming up, Mother's Day and Father's Day. We got a lot of stuff for mother and father. We got a lot of coaches sunglasses, AFCO shorts, T-shirts, stuff like that for the Mother's Day and Father's Day gifts. So just come on by. If they like your fish, and I'm going to tell you what, we got the biggest selection of the finest crappie jigs in the state of Alabama. We carry B&B, Reuben Flores. We got some good crappie. And I can tell you what colors will catch, what time of the year, what color of the water. So just come on by.
Well, Travis Powell wants to know when you're going to have him over there at your store to give tips on catching crappie and signing autographs.
Well, I tell you what, I got to think about that a little while. Well, if he'll bring Shane and let Shane run the show and he just stand there, I'll be okay.
Hey, he done turned into a crappie fisherman now, and
you got to get a little more experience on the belt.
Now you have got the tickets for the May the 27th Roland Cooper State Park Big Crappie Day at Dunn Sports, correct?
I do, and I have all the tickets we doing for the Pat Cipher and the Caravel. I got them there, and I got all of them. I about sold a lot of them. I have the Caravel tickets, so getting something packed in there. Yeah.
But yeah, we got till July to talk about that. But the state park tournament is May the 27th. It'll be here before you know it. I got my ticket yesterday at McGraw-Webb Chevrolet. Dunn Sports has got the tickets. I think it's Lofton's Bait Shop's got them, and State Park's got them, and this I think it's going to be the biggest one they've ever had this year.
Well, I tell you what, it's the biggest and only crappie tournament on Lake Millers Ferry, and we should promote it. And let's have everybody show up and try to draw more crappie fishing or more tournaments, crappie tournaments to Millers Ferry because we
That's right.
got the fish.
I think you and Taylor Ward and Jessica, you and Donna and Taylor and Jessica should do one. Y'all should do one.
I want to fish.
Well, you can fish and let but the jugging contest is coming up too. We got a lot of time to talk about that, but that's all I got. Anything else going on we need to talk about? Shane he was doing a electronics trip this afternoon. He'll be on tomorrow night, Crappie Cast Live on Shane Jones Fishing YouTube and Shane Jones Fishing Facebook. Him and John and Jessica will have. He's got some guy on that is selling. I forget. I should wrote the name down. It's a new plastic that Shane's high on. That he's using now, and he's gonna have him on the show tomorrow night, and they'll be asking any questions. Scott, there is no deadline to get the tickets. The only thing, if you wait till that Saturday morning to get them, you're going to have to pay a $5 late fee if you buy them on Saturday morning. You can buy them up to Saturday morning, but if you buy them on Saturday morning, it's going to be $20 for the youth and $30 for the adults. So you want to get them before then. You holler at me and send me the information. I'll get your tickets for you. You can just pay me that day because you're gonna win enough money to pay me anyhow. He did last year. That's a fun tournament. All right, Joe Allen, anything else? I know y'all finna have a cooking. It looks like y'all finna get down like Joe Brown over there at Horse Creek.
Yeah, they're gonna fry a bunch of brim, but yeah, that crappie tournament's gonna be a lot of fun. I ain't saying everything right now. I ain't started boasting nothing, but we're gonna throw some extra out there before it gets here.
Well, you ain't got to do no boasting because it's somebody now that told me that he done learn how to do it now. He said all he needs is to go with somebody that's got a live scope, and he done figured out how to do it.
Yeah, it's gonna be some trash talk before we get started.
All right, go enjoy yourself tonight and tell all them guys I said hello. And Shannon Tucker, we got to get Shannon Tucker because all of this mud riding stuff is over my head. And I need to have a 5 or 10 or 15-minute conversation with him where he can explain all this new Polaris razors, all this mud riding stuff that's getting so popular. And I don't know a darn thing about it. And I need his expertise to kind of enlighten me on how all that works, because that sounds like a lot of fun. And I see him he's got a lot of inventory over there at Tucker ATV now. He's got a bunch of Rangers look like, and I want to know. So tell him if he happens to show up tonight, tell him I need a little bit of his time.
Okay, I'll tell you.
All right, Joe Allen, thank you, man. I appreciate you doing this, and we miss Shane and Kevin, but they'll be back next week, same time, same channel. Y'all have fun, Joe Allen.
All right.
Pap taught me every critter's track and how to set a hair trigger on a trap. He taught me to shoot, scale, and skin and make a snare with a leather strap. He taught me to be a part of the woods and all his woodsy tricks. Said you gotta walk soft on 2 light feet and try not to break no stick. I thank Daddy for my savvy, how to hunt and how to carry anything that I might need to get a piece of skillet meat. How to walk and how to hide, how to crawl and how to slide, how to sneak, stalk and climb and do it all on 2 light feet.